shout out to No Pump Fakes' presenting partners, Betway. Make sure you go and bet on these NBA Finals games between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. Hit up Betway. All right. The damn Warriors are down 2-1. The Celtics are up 2-1, which ultimately means it will not be Warriors in 5, which is crazy. Because someone on this podcast had Warriors in 5. That's what I've been told. I have no idea who it was, but someone had Warriors in 5.
Crazy.
Prayers up to that man, whoever it was. Prayers up to that man. But hope that person has a good day. But anyway, what the hell is going on with the Warriors? Is it a individual thing? Is it a coaching thing? Because it's getting nasty. I was thinking to myself a little bit earlier, though, the irony, right? If the Warriors go down 3-1 in this NBA Finals and they come back and win.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? Does that balance out what happened back in we know when?
No.
Is that kind of, it doesn't?
No, because
I don't know. I'm just saying, if the Warriors get down 3-1 and then they come back, I'm just saying. Because a lot of people want to smoke. Oh, they're not the best team because they blew whoop-de-doo. But if they come back from down 3-1 in the finals, I'm just saying.
You know what I said before the finals started? Like, the Warriors should win this finals. Like, they should win the finals. Like, let's not change the narrative. Like, they should win the finals. The Warriors should win before this final started. The Warriors should win this finals. I mean, you got Klay Thompson, you got Draymond Green, you got Steph Curry, you got guys that's been there, done it before, won finals with each other. Then you got Andrew Wiggins, you got Jordan Poole. So it's just kind of like they should win the finals. But that being said, you still got to play.
You still got to play basketball. You still got to play basketball. Yeah. So all the things you just said, they're cool, they're accurate, but you also know what? It's not 2015. Okay? It's not 2000. It's 2022. All right, Jayson and Jaylen, they're ready. They're here. This ain't no more like, they're teenagers or, they're rookies. They're in the NBA Finals. They're 2 games away from winning the whole thing. And they got game 4 at the crib. And they look comfortable. They don't look stressed. They don't look like they're on the ropes. They look comfortable. They look like they deserve to be there more than the damn Warriors. I'm just saying. Yeah. And then you mentioned Klay Thompson. Obviously, this is not the same Klay Thompson that we saw in the 73-9 Warriors. Like I said, it's not, 2016. Feel me? Same thing with Draymond. I mean, he just had a interesting game 3. An interesting game 3. And even if you feel like, Draymond's job isn't to score 40, well, it damn sure ain't to be what the hell we saw in game 3. So even though we want to live in the past, all that stuff, it sounds good, right? I agree. The Warriors, they've proven it. If there's any team in the league that deserves, for us to give them pause in NBA Finals, it's the damn Warriors. But guess what? They're also 2 games away from losing yet again. So, and now this time, there won't be any excuses, right? They losing to Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, not LeBron James, and there ain't no suspensions. So what excuse really is there going to be? I don't hear anything about Klay, it's coming off 2 years, injury, which again, it's true, but get the shit done or, feel me, it's curtains. Because to your point, they're supposed to win this series.
Yeah, the biggest.
Come on now.
And shout out to Steph, because Steph has showed up. Steph has showed up for the most part. But now I will say, when it comes to the fourth quarter, we know in NBA Finals, when we look at like Stephen Curry's his stats, like the fourth quarter is where, you want to show up the most. And so far this series, Steph Curry hasn't really showed up in the fourth quarters. Now, I expect that to change. I expect it to be at least 2-2 going back to San Francisco, but we don't know because like you said, I think the biggest thing that I'm noticing and watching is just like the Boston Celtics are just like, they got more athletes. Their athleticism, they're kind of out matching the Golden State Warriors on the athletic side of things. And that's kind of hurting them right now. And they probably need to switch it up, honestly. Like, I would probably start Kuminga. Kuminga is a athletic rookie. Like, he can defend and stuff like that. Try something new, because I'll tell you one thing. Like you said,
okay,
if Draymond is going to come out and do what he did the other night, that's not going to hurt. That's not going to help you. I know he's great defensively and he's one of the best defensive anchors this league has ever seen, but it's just kind of like at some point, like, if you playing a lot of minutes, you have to do something. Like, not even score, but like assist. Something. Generate offense. Create opportunities for others. Like you have to do. If you're playing 30 minutes per game, like, come on now, you can't just be out there exercising. Like, you gotta do something.
Yeah, and I guess that is perfect, because like you said, no one expecting him to go out and give you 30, 40, but damn, no points and very limited assists.
That's tough. That's tough.
We just vibing in the NBA Finals, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, it's like, okay. Yeah. And the thing is too, I mean, you mentioned Kuminga, right? You know, there's a lot of certain things that have to be fixed, you know, with the team. Certain guys need to be added to the rotation, things like that. Yeah. James Wiseman is out. People feel like, oh man, you know, if he was you know, playing right now, the series would be a lot different. Some people feel the Warriors may be up 3-0. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Well, guess what? He's not playing. Guess what, guys? Jonathan Kuminga, he's a damn rookie. You guys have 3 Hall of Famers on your team.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys have 3 Hall of Famers on your team. And you mean to tell me we want to sit here and say that, oh, you know, if the young guys are playing, that means we'd be up. Is that what it's come down to? Are we serious? That's what we're doing? Man, yeah. I tell you, bro, I wish LeBron James had this type of, like, excuse. Oh, my goodness. When was the last time you watched the NBA Finals and say, you know what, man? You know what? Yeah, bro, I think if LeBron James had another rookie, if he had another 19-year-old on his team, I think, you know, they probably would have won that series. What? Like, no! I don't want to hear anything about no, you know, guys off the bench have to step up, this and that. I don't want to hear that. Y'all supposed to have 3 Hall of Famers. Get that shit done.
That's just more sort of like with coaching. That's what I'm more so talking about. Like maybe try something.
Okay,
try
fine.
Something new. That happens. So like sometimes your guys aren't showing up when it matters the most. You kind of got to try something new. But I told you, the biggest concern I had with the Golden State Warriors was just like, I felt like, yo, they had a situation where like I feel like Jordan Poole is their second best player on their team. I've been saying that this entire postseason. Whether you feel like that's true or not, you know, it doesn't really matter. But I was saying like, yo, I felt that Steve Kerr was going to roll with the guys that has always got them there. And right now, Klay is doing well. He's doing all right. You know, Steph is Steph, and then Draymond. But the problem is Draymond is not that Draymond in the past. Like you said, the past is the past. So sometimes, like, you got to take a chance. You got to do something different, especially if you're trying to roll with the guys that got you there, and it's not really working out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe start Kuminga. Maybe, you know, have Draymond come off the bench and start Looney, or maybe go Jordan Poole and Looney. I don't know. It's just kind of like do something. Try something if it doesn't work going into the next game. So that's all I'm saying. It's you got to do something. Okay. Because you don't want to get down 3-1. You don't want to get down 3-1. Their season's on the line and come game 4.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Their season's on the line come game 4. Because one thing, you talk about 3-1, the Golden State Warriors don't have LeBron. So,
but they've also came back from 3-1 before.
That not in the finals. It's the reason why it's been done one time in the history of the NBA Finals.
Very true.
In Western Conference Finals, something different. You know, things have. It's the reason why it's been done one, and the reason why that one is because that one time had a top 3 player of all time.
And it's so funny.
Like, it's so funny. Let's be real.
It's so funny, you know, there's probably like a handful, not even, of certain players who could react a certain way after like getting their ass kicked, or like, you know, be like, okay, look at the crowd and say, okay, y'all want to boo me? Cool. Say no more. Hold this 50 piece. Or, okay, cool. Y'all want to boo me? All right, you know, we gonna smack your team up by 20 points in the next game. There's only like a couple players in probably league history who you may have felt like put either fear into fans' hearts, or like certain players be like, yo, let's make sure we don't, you know, test them. Let's not, you know, even though we win and even though we doing well, let's not get them mad. Do you think Steph is like that? Do you think Steph is one of those players? Do you think, because obviously, a couple names that come to my mind: Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. No. If those gentlemen are having bad games, enjoy it, stay silent, don't get them mad. You're probably getting lucky, but if you say something that might tick them off, hey, you know, accept it. Do you think Steph is like that?
Because a lot of those guys that you mentioned are any situation type of stars and superstars and Hall of Famers and legends. Like, they've been in a situation where they had a lot of adversity and they can go out and like, yo, like, you've seen Kobe have adversity. You've seen Michael Jordan have it. You've seen LeBron have adversity. And that's no knock on Steph, but it's just kind of like when you've had to do that in your career for not just maybe like one season, but like multiple seasons sometimes, like you're a little more accustomed to it. Like the pressure doesn't really feel the same, or like having like a situation where you're down like, oh shoot, like we're down 2-0. Like I got to go out and do this. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't move you like it may move some other superstars that may not be used to that. So
I agree. I agree with the overall statement, but some of the after is what I disagree with. So I do agree that those guys are different, right? But the reason is because of the position that they play, right? At the end of the day, Steph is still a smaller guard, right?
Allen Iverson and Dame could.
Right. But I'm saying though, when we talk about Cole,
Wings,
Ron,
yeah.
Mike, those were wings. And even with AI, like he did it, but he still, hate to say it, but he lost. Right.
Yeah.
And so even though there's ultimate respect for AI as well as Stephen Curry, right? But at the same time, I'm talking about getting it done. Right. Like it ain't just like with those other three guys, it wasn't like they didn't just play mad and score. They also won in the finals. They also won, MVPs and stuff like that. So to me, do I think Steph could go off? Absolutely. But then it's a matter of, could he win the game by himself and get the job done? That part is like, that's tough to do. That's tough to do because I'll tell you what, being down 2-1 and playing the way they are, right? And it's not like, shout out to Boston, right? Give them credit where credit is due, but it ain't like Boston has been playing like, the greatest of basketball that they've, are capable of. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing well, but not like,
They best player on their team not even shooting the ball well.
You feel me? So it's like, all right.
But JT is also like generating a whole bunch of offense for other people.
Absolutely.
And that's why I was like, that's why we always talk about you can't look at the box score. Like he shot like 9 for 23 the last game, but he was the best player on the team to me. Like the way he was attacking the rim, the way he was creating, facilitating for others. I think he's averaging like 23 assists, like this entire series. Total. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, that's special. He's taking on that like, okay, I can score, but like I may have to play this LeBron role. I may got to score. I may got to pass. I may got to rebound. I got to defend. And then it's just kind of like, then you got another wing player that could go out and get you 25 and can defend at a high level. Like these young brothers, like what I tell you is I was like, yo, the longer the series goes, the more confident I have in the Boston Celtics because you're just giving these young guys fuel. Are we up 2-1? All right, let's go get another one. Like that's what I was saying. Like that first 2 games with the Golden State Warriors was so important to me because it's just like, yo, if they would have won both their games, I don't think the Boston Celtics would have had, life because I felt like they would have felt pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like being down 2-0 at home, like they would have been like, yeah, we got to win this one. And then the Golden State Warriors come out like, yo, try to like, instead of being down 2-1, they would have been up, 2-1 and then try to steal another game. The pressure would have been different. Now, Boston Celtics are coming into this next game like, yo, you got one, and it wasn't really close. Let's go get another one. This is our home. Let's go get another one. So this is I really feel like, yo, this next game could really decide the series because I feel like if the Boston Celtics go up 3-1, it's cooked. If the Golden State Warriors get 2-2, then it's kind of like we really got like, all right, I still feel like the Golden State Warriors will have a better chance of winning it all compared to like, that makes sense, like 3-1, 2-2. But still, though, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with you. But to be clear too, if the Warriors come out and win Game 4, it's tied up 2-2. They go back
2-2
to the crib. But I still think the Celtics could.
Yeah, I do too.
Win it,
I do too.
It ain't.
But it's easy to win 2 at home than, you know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true. I agree. But do me a favor. Predict Draymond Green's stat line for Game 4.
Probably 10, 7, and 7. I feel like he's going to come out aggressive. I feel like he's going to come out and try to make a statement. I don't know if that, aggressive Draymond is a great for the Golden State Warriors, but who knows? I feel like he's going to try to go out and make sure that he has his best game of the series because he's, when you do a lot of talking, you got to back it up. So I feel like he's going to come out and he's going to try to at least 10, 7, and 7. I think he can get that. Let's take a minute to shout out our show sponsors at Betway. We are down to the final games of the NBA season, and it's time to get more out of each game day with Betway. Tatum versus Curry, Celtics versus Warriors. 2 heavyweights going head-to-head, but who's going to win it all? Download the app or visit Betway.com right now and lock in your wagers. Let's go. Must be 21 plus and present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, 10, 7 to 7. It's a little bit better than Game 3's performance. I think, it's been said so often, like, obviously, Steph is their best player. Clay, we know what Clay does, 3-and-D guy, can go off at any given moment. But Draymond, right, is a heart and soul of that team, right? Like, he really dictates the pace and the energy for the Golden State Warriors. And so how he plays usually is an indicator of how the team plays, not just from a basketball perspective, but from a straight up force and energy and heart perspective. Tell you what was it, 2 points, 3 assists? My honest prediction for Draymond in Game 4 is a triple-double. As crazy as that sounds. Only reason why I say that is because Draymond has shown up in big games, right? I know we talk about some of those finals performances, and obviously they're shooters and Steph and Clay being there and showing up, but at the same time, when they've needed him the most, he's been there. And we talk about certain players doing what they have to do to get things done. Again, I said trip-dub. I didn't say 40 points. I didn't say 10 threes.
Yeah, I said
what I'm saying, or anything
that's
like that.
That's close to about 10, 7, and 7. That's
right.
That's close. Like, 10, 10, and 10, something like that.
Either way,
11.
I think we're both saying there's going to be a balanced performance from Draymond.
Yeah, I think he's going to show up. Yeah, I think he's going to show up, because I think he's going to have to show up. I think everybody's going to have to show up.
Yeah, but if there's anybody, and it's so corny, bro. I want to wait to say this until we started recording the show. What's so corny, man, is how many people root against Draymond. Right, so like if you're a Celtics fan, obviously you want your team to play well. But if you look at the bench sometimes when Draymond either gets a tech or a foul call and he gets upset and gets mad at the ref. Look at how energized the Celtics players are. Like it's low key kind of corny. It's almost like it's like they're more pressed to see him fail than the team succeed.
I ain't gonna say all that.
No, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling. Just watch. Just watch. Look at the bench and see how excited they get for him specifically.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, yo, damn. Like, get off. You feel me? Like, breathe a little bit, because it's like, yo, again, like I said, I get it. You want to get text to get out the game. I'm sure it's very nagging to play against Draymond Green, but at the same time, it's like, yo, that right there, all the energy that I feel like he's taken away from certain players, even though the Celtics are up 2-1. That's another part of his game, right? Is the idea, like, you got to do so excited. And he's not the damn best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Steph get 2 texts, y'all need to be jumping for joy, right? If Steph, you know what I'm saying, is having a terrible game or shoots a air ball or is arguing with the ref, then, all right, I understand that. But folks be so pressed to get Draymond upset. It's like, damn.
But it makes sense because Draymond talks a lot of shit. And also, Draymond on the court has a lot of antics sometimes, and rightfully so, because that's just the way he plays. He plays with a lot of heart, plays with a lot of passion. But I mean, I'm not really mad at it, because like at the end of the day, Draymond has been a key part to the success of the Golden State Warriors. He does a lot of great things. He anchors their defense. So if you have a guy that's gonna like get upset at the refs, or they can lose it, and you get technicals or get kicked out the game like that, of course, you as an opposing team, you want that to happen, because like you want him off the court. So I don't really have a problem with it. So it's just kind of like, right. Draymond has to worry about controlling himself and controlling his like emotions at times. But like, if you're a Boston Celtics fan or a Boston Celtics player, you want all that. You want him to lose, of course, be a loose cannon and stuff like that. That's what you want. So I don't think it's necessarily like they're like rooting for him to fail. It's just like, well, if you talk shit and you act a certain way on the court, and you have this persona, you have this mentality that you wear your heart on your sleeve and you play with a lot of emotion, you play with a lot of passion. That's what makes you go, and that's also what makes the Golden State Warriors go. Sometimes you feel like, yo, you want that to happen, and then sometimes it overflows too much, and then it can affect the Golden State Warriors play. It can affect like locker room stuff. It can affect like the situation with Kevin Durant. So it's a win-lose situation sometimes. But if you're the Boston Celtics, you really don't care. Like, you do everything in your power to kind of like get him to make that a losing situation instead of a winning situation, like it normally is for the Golden State Warriors, and his passion, his energy, and stuff like that. So I don't really have a problem with it, honestly.
I do. I just think it's kind of corny. Only because if Clay did that, or Stephen Curry did that, or hell, Steve Kerr, for crying out loud, got a tech, or was frustrated, I don't think the energy would be like that. And I mean, I get it. It's two different people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
I think it's probably because like they know that Draymond's a more likely one to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Ron Artest. and Ron Artest was acting crazy and stuff like that. You know, certain guys are more likely to like lose it, which can hurt your team. Like Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, it's not gonna be rah 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 because they not gonna really lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like they play a lot of passion and heart and emotions and stuff like that, but they're like that's their game is not predicated on that. Draymond's game is predicated on grit, hustle, emotions, heart, energy, and defense. You know what I'm saying? Steph's game and Klay's game, they predicated on skill set, like bucket getting, shot making, like all that stuff. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean
they're stars. They're real superstars. Like Draymond is a superstar role player. Like he's excelled at his role and he's been dominant in his role, and that role is going to get him into the Hall of Fame. But like Klay and Curry are the guys that make shots, got to be calm, got to be poised, all that stuff like that, because they are basically the team.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, but I don't know. It's something that I think they have to figure out quickly too. Like, literally within 40 hours, 24 hours, whatever, when the next game is. And so I tell you what, if they go back to the crib down 3-1 and you go out and lose on your home floor, that would have meant what?
Would be the first.
But to your point, who was it? Who did they lose last time? Who did they lose to last time?
Lost to the Golden State, lost to Toronto Raptors, and lost to Kawhi.
Okay.
What? That's the truth.
The Kawhi thing was a little, but okay, you're right.
Man, that's the truth. They was down 3-1 with that series. Kevin Durant had to come back. I'm not lying, bro. You be thinking I'm throwing shade. That's the truth, bro. Like I'm not capping. They were down 3-1 with the Raptors. They they was down 3-1 with LeBron.
Okay.
They was up 3-1 with LeBron. So it's just like they get down 3-1 right now with the Boston Celtics. Hey, ain't no Kevin Durant coming off that bench. And let me say, like we talked about, they better Golden State Warriors fans, y'all better pray y'all win this championship, because it may get nasty. It really may get nasty, because like what I don't like about the Golden State Warriors sometimes in their fan base is kind of like, they're kind of cocky. So when things are going right, they're really high. But when things are going low, it's just like the whole world, like the whole situation with Klay Thompson about him talking about like the fans and stuff like that. Like, let's be real. When you guys are here, it's no problems, it's no issues. But when it's just like a little adversity happens, then it's just like, oh well, this is going on, that's going on, stuff like that. Like you got to have a balance. That's all I'm saying.
But though, I'm with you. But though, Ahmad, at least they have a high. You feel me? At least they have some good talking points. We got fans of teams that ain't done shit in years that for whatever reason have such a high motor in certain debates. Why are you so energetic? Your team is trash. At least the Warriors have some championships behind them. You feel me? They might not be doing well now, but damn it, they've been to some finals. Damn it, they got 3 Hall of Famers. Damn it, they got an MVP candidate. But some teams like, you might want to lower your base in certain sports arguments. But I'm just, I get it though. It's definitely frustrating. Some of them are spoiled, but at least they're spoiled because they've won.
Yeah.
You feel me? At least there's I can get jiggy with that. You feel me? At least there's something that's like, okay, we can have a dialogue. Your team ain't been to the playoffs for 7 years, but some people just want to be all All I'm saying is keep the energy consistent. If you gonna talk about like, on the basketball court, we on the basketball court with the fans, don't matter this and that. It's a grown man league. You can't come out and be talking all that barking and talk about what the fans doing and this and that. That's corny. Now that's corny. Like, be consistent. Like, if you're going to be one way all the time. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, but being consistent nowadays is like, apparently asking the hardest question in the damn world. Be consistent, be consistent. But it only applies when it's your team, though. Obviously, narratives and agendas change when, certain teams are playing like trash.
Not on this side.
Hey, well, my team, damn sure, ain't in the damn finals.
But you was consistent, though.
Yeah, that's true. But it would be nice to see some purple and gold in the month of June. But anyway, that's
what I'm like. And then some of you Lakers fans, like when you guys have like droughts, like it was a drought before LeBron came and stuff like that. You guys were just so like like the whole world was it like y'all were the Knicks or the Cowboys. Like
First
I would
of all,
like to see the Lakers in purple. God damn, this it was just there 2 years ago.
I don't care. What does that mean?
Like,
I do not care.
I'm just saying, like you acted like your fan base. You've been like have a plethora of success. Your team.
I do not care if we won 18 straight championships in a row. I won number 19. No.
Like my God.
You know it's funny.
That's annoying. That's also annoying.
That's perfectly fine.
You Lakers fans and you fans that Patriot fans, like, oh my God, it's just this and that. Like it's a whole like the whole world is ending because y'all didn't make it to the finals. Y'all didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Like, all right, come on now. Like, it's teams out there that's really been struggle.
You want to know why
I don't struggling?
Cool. You want to know why I don't lower the damn bar, Mod? It's because if you keep lowering the bar,
of course,
year by year, do you know what you are going to turn into? A poverty franchise.
Yeah, true.
So I'm not going to change my expectations, especially in my situation where the team should have at least made the damn playoffs. Now, if I could look at our roster, and I don't want to switch gears too much, but if I could look at a roster and I'm a fan of a team and I know going into the season, oh yeah, we, lottery, feel me? 11 seed, I wouldn't be mad. The game is a game. But expectations versus reality is a real thing.
Yeah.
But I'm spoiled, and it's all right. I mean, as Laker fans, we expect greatness. Sorry, we're not fans of, let me not say teams. I don't want nobody getting their feelings. But, we move.
The Knicks.
Bro, there are 30 NBA teams. 30. There's got to be more shade to go around outside the team that plays in Madison Square Garden.
Not really, because it's a different because of that market.
Not really.
It's a different of that market and tradition. It's not like, all the history. That's why. Especially when you're the Knicks and you like in a great market, you still can't get free agent. Okay, this brings me to my cap or no cap.
Oh, so, I go ahead. Because I had a question too. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to add, I'm talking about the Knicks. Like, should the Knicks go after cap or no cap? The Knicks should go after DeAndre Ayton. They should go after anybody, right?
Yeah, come on now. They should go after anybody. What the hell?
Anybody.
Cap or no cap, should the Knicks acquire talent? Yes. What?
Yeah, anybody.
Absolutely.
Right?
Anybody that is willing to go and play for the New York Knicks, and obviously it's good signing. But no, in all seriousness though, I think that would be good for them, right? To have, RJ, DeAndre, you got two young guys that can produce. They're good for the future, and as well as they're good now. Right? Yeah. Pay him. I hope wherever he goes, he gets paid. And obviously, what's convenient, I would say, for DeAndre is that, like, with the Knicks, clearly they're not, like, in a win-now mode. No, not trying to be, funny, but they're not ready to win a title. But I think when you have a young core of RJ as well as DeAndre, it's clear that you're going to be in a good spot years ahead. So I definitely agree that they should go after him, especially, too, when you consider the alternative. Right, if the alternative is them not going after a former number one overall pick, I don't think they should just be chilling. I mean, if you don't win an NBA Finals, you should be doing something to improve. That's just the way I see it. So if they add a talented big like DeAndre, absolutely. Now, to me, the top priority for DeAndre should obviously be to get paid. You feel me? Secure the bag. But at the same time, there's a part of me that doesn't want DeAndre to leave because it's like, again, outside of the money. For just a quick second. If you do go to the Knicks, what's your goal? Right? Like, is your goal to get better? Is your goal to get paid? Is your goal to be in the best market in the world? Because if so, slide. Feel me? Head to the Big Apple. But if your goal is to win a championship now, you might want to think about staying in the Valley. Right? You might want to think twice, about possibly building long term and winning now, right? Possibly going back to the finals with a trio of Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and yourself. But to your question, do I think the Knicks should target and try and get DeAndre? Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're damn true,
Yeah, I respect it.
That's a tough one though.
Also, it's key because like I'm saying the Knicks, but the Knicks may want they may want a lot of things, but DeAndre Ayton has to actually want to go there because I think a signing train only happens if like Ayton says he wants to go to a team, which puts the Suns in such a very uncomfortable like situation because like they kind of botched this entire like thing with DeAndre. They should have paid him last year, or paid him before the season started. But now it's just kind of like you're in a situation where like he's going to actually pick where he wants to go, and then you're going to get like you're not going to get the amount of value that you expected to just try to trade him, like just trying to find a trade because he doesn't have a long term deal. So if he says he don't want to go to the New York Knicks, he's not going to go to the New York Knicks. If he says he doesn't want to sign a long-term contract with, if he wants to go to the damn, let's say, Orlando Magic, the amount of assets you're getting back is not going to be as great as, let's say, if you want to go to, I don't know, maybe the Utah Jazz. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, he really gets to pick, and it just sucks that you're the Suns that you really botched the situation. Similar to the Lonzo Ball situation. Like, Lonzo Ball wanted to go to the Bulls, and the Pelicans basically got nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be the same situation with DeAndre Ayton, and it sucks.
I don't feel. I about to say I do not feel bad for the Pelicans, nor do I feel bad for the Suns. Because
no, I don't either.
Because in both situations, you had the opportunity. You could have paid them.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad either.
Come on now.
Yeah. I don't feel bad.
Y'all could have. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Y'all could have paid him.
Yeah,
ain't nobody finna feel bad for y'all.
Yeah.
Now there's certain situations where certain teams kind of luck out. The game is a game. It's all a business at the end of the day. But for this specific example, come on now, the ball was in y'all court. No pun intended. Y'all could have got active, but y'all decided to vibe. Well, look how that turned out. Got your asses kicked in Game 7, and now I might lose your number 1 overall pick. Congratulations, Phoenix. Oh well, but it is what it is. But I do have one last question for you before we slide.
Let's hear it for our show partners at Betway. Time to get in on the action. The NBA Finals are here, and you could take home series winnings from building your own parlays to Betway Boosts. Show off your expertise with each wager and make every game feel as exciting as Game 7. We love using our app as one of our stop shop for everything sports betting. Download the app or visit betway.com today. Let's get it. Must be 21 plus and present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or Virginia. Parlays and boosters available on certain selections only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Right now, who would be your pick for Finals MVP? Stephen Curry, Jayson Tatum, or Jaylen Brown? Over the course of this series, who would you say? And we still got some games left, you feel me? But who would be your pick for Finals MVP? We still got some games left, right? But Stephen Curry, Jayson Tatum, or Jaylen Brown? Which one?
I mean, since the Boston Celtics are up right now, recording this episode, I would say Jayson Tatum. If the Golden State Warriors were up, I would say Stephen Curry. The reason why I would say Stephen Curry, because I feel like Stephen Curry out of that 3 has played the best, and been the most consistent for his team along the way, and has played phenomenal. But the reason why I say Jayson Tatum, because once again, they're up 2-1 right now of this recording, and I feel like Jayson Tatum, even though he hasn't shot the ball really well, his impact of doing everything for the Boston Celtics and creating opportunities to open shots for Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Williams, that's been very big, and also his defense as well. So anytime you're playing that do everything type of role, the dual forward role that Jayson Tatum is doing, we have to give credit to that, even if his shooting percentages aren't what we're accustomed to seeing. I know Jaylen Brown's been special and stuff like that. He's been playing really well, but it's just kind of Jayson Tatum's had a more responsibility for the Boston Celtics offense compared to Jaylen Brown, who just kind of had to focus on just scoring. So as of right now, I would say JT.
Okay, you're right, and I'm with you. So that right there is just after these 3 games, right? So and you did answer the question, but let me change it a little bit, right? So looking forward, right? 3 games have already been played. We don't know how long the series is going to go, right? But if you had to pick one person, right? If you had to pick one person after these 3 games and looking ahead to the rest of the series, who's your pick to win Finals MVP? Stephen Curry, Jayson Tatum, or Jaylen Brown?
I believe Jayson Tatum, because I believe the Boston Celtics are going to win this championship. Before the series started, my heart was Boston in 7. My head was saying Golden State in 7, but I was kind of leaning to my heart because I felt like the first 2 games were so critical for the Golden State Warriors. I felt if they came back 2-0, I feel okay, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But these young boys got confidence, we talked about it earlier in the podcast. They're up 2-1. The Golden State Warriors ain't striking no fear in these boys' heart. Regardless of their championships in the past and this and that, the Boston Celtics aren't moved. And also, I feel more comfortable picking the Boston Celtics because the way Jayson Tatum has been playing these past 3 games, of creating for others and stuff like that, but he hasn't even done what he's best at. And that's being efficient and putting the ball in the hoop. So I don't expect him to continue to struggle like the first 3 games of like shooting wise. I expect him to like continue to create offense for others, attack the rim and be aggressive at the rim. But I also expect Jayson Tatum to start shooting that pill more effectively and just dominating what he tends to do best, which is scoring. So got to roll with JT.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be interesting couple of games, but we'll see what happens in Game 4.
What about you? Don't slide out here because Mr. Golden State in 5. Don't slide. Who you going?
Finals MVP?
No, first off, before we ask this, will the next time we record, what would be the series? Would it be 3-1 Boston? Or would it be 2-2? Because the next game is Friday,
and next game
is Monday.
Well, that's a very tricky question. So are you asking next time we record or the next time we have another episode? There's a difference because if they for real, I'm not for real. If they play Monday, when's the next game? Right, they play Friday. When's Game 5? If I had to guess, what got Game 5? What's today? Either way, Game 5 being on Monday, so that means okay. I'm gonna say by the time Game 5 ends, I'm gonna say Warriors up 3-2. They go out and win the next 2 games. They win in Boston. They go back to the crib and catch another W. Bro, I'm not rooting for Boston.
So
in case that's not clear, in case it's not obvious, in what world am I rooting for? Shout out to the players.
Yeah,
shout out to Jayson. Shout out to Jaylen.
If you're making in
what world am I finna root for Boston?
If you're making a bet on Betway, you're saying that you're betting on the Golden State Warriors to win 3 in a row, basically.
That's not what I said, but we can get jiggy with that statement if you'd like.
And I'm just saying 3 in a row. Like
that's not what I said. You asked me by the time we start recording this the next episode, right? Okay. That means it will have been 5 episodes, or excuse me, 5 games.
5 games.
I'm saying that they'll be up 3-2. I didn't say it was gonna happen in Game 6. I didn't even say if there's gonna be a Game 7. Hell, my original prediction was them getting it done in 5.
Okay.
But apparently they didn't get the damn memo.
Yeah.
Gotta watch more basketball because they can't win on the road. But yes, I'm gonna say, all right, Warriors get it done. Game 4 in Boston. So Boston fans could, be on the hush hush. And then they go back to the crib, catch another dub. May rain on some parades in Boston. But yeah, those are my picks.
Are you saying this because I want to? Cause I don't know, cause it's just like I have a hard. I feel like you let your emotions for your team that you support get into your analysis, because I don't see how you can say after the games that we've been watching that while you're so confident that the Warriors are just gonna run off and just like basically do a whole 360, like especially since it's just like damn, like
because one thing one thing I've noticed about watching Warriors basketball over the years is like I feel like they have a switch. Right, they're one of the very few teams that have like an on and off system. Am I lying? I mean, you're lying. You're
lying. You're lying. They ain't got no damn switch. Only switch they have is when they start hitting them threes and they up 10, 15.
That's a switch.
And they keep it going.
That's a
switch. A switch is better than like, yo, what, like blowing teams out. Like, you lose a game and then you just blow teams out for the next like 20.
No.
That's more so
that's
switch.
KD era. That's KD era time.
That's a switch. That's a damn switch.
No. A switch don't got to be like, all right, we can ask it now. Let's blast him by 40. No, not even. When I say switch, I mean like they realize when shit just got real, right? They may realize like, all right, it's either like yo, all right.
What?
Not to say they've taken the Celtics lightly. But I think they realize their back truly is against the wall. I think they realize, like, yo, it really is a winner goal.
And let me tell you something. They failed every time that's the case. They failed. Every time they're back against the wall, they fall. Anytime they face some adversity, they struggle. They don't thrive under adversity.
One of those.
What Warriors team thrives under adversity?
Well,
have you seen that's won a championship?
One of those moments that you're talking about was going up against a LeBron James in a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. So
what about the one with not LeBron?
There's a comma. Don't worry, there wasn't a period at the end of that sentence. There's a comma. And then number two, I would say that other series that you're talking about was in the NBA Finals. Yes, but they didn't have Klay Thompson or Kevin Durant. This time.
They didn't have Klay Thompson. Stop the. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop the party. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. They had this Klay Thompson stuff. Klay Thompson got hurt and they were down. Like, come on.
So they didn't have Klay Thompson. He was hurt. Is there a difference? Is there a difference? Let me know.
What was the percentage? What the percentages of winning that series before Klay Thompson went down was very low. Was very low. And I don't have to. You talk about the odds. Be like, I seen it. They was down 3-1. Like it's not that happened. They were down 3-1. It's only been one time in NBA history where somebody came back in the finals, and that was because of LeBron James and Cleveland Cavaliers. You making it seem like that shit was like it's like common. Like they really was going. Oh, they down 3-1. You know. This happened before in the NBA Finals. Like they're gonna probably come back. Like, come on, like we gotta stop pretending like, yo, Klay Thompson got hurt. His injury affected, like, of course, the momentum that they had. But it was like they were still down 3-1. It was still 4 games before that. Was it not? Like why we acting like it was like 2 games? Like, then Klay Thompson got hurt. it was 4 long games before that happened. Like, come on now, this. Like I said. Or it's like adversity, like that whole hit the switch shit. They hit the switch shit when they're leading. But like, or it's like hitting the switch shit. They not hitting the switch. I haven't seen this is the perfect time for the Golden State Warriors to like, all right, we're going through some adversity to like overcome some adversity because every time they have some adversity, they tend to not win the finals. So,
well, the fact that you can even say every time is kind of crazy because it's their 6th time them approaching the finals. So that even that. In a sense, is like, well, it's pretty impressive. But either way, it's still a long series. You know, they're down 2-1, but it's still a long series. Listen, if there's anyone that knows that the NBA Finals is a 7-game series, trust and believe, it is the Golden State Warriors. So, hey, but you know, we'll see how it goes. A couple housekeeping items, y'all, before you bounce. All right, 5-star rating. Follow No Pump Fakes wherever you get your podcast. Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. All right. And enjoy these playoffs. All right. Enjoy these playoffs, y'all. Just like that, we gone. Peace.
It's your boy, My K Smith, also known as AK. Make sure you guys go follow No Pump Fakes wherever you get your podcasts.